Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If there is one thing that I know about myself is that I am a huge fan of starting things. I start courses, I start books, I start home projects, but most of the time I never finish them. So if you're like me, this is why you're stuck in the cycle of I'll start tomorrow. Let's go over 4 points that might be stopping you from being successful. No. 1. Lack of clear goal. We live in a world where everything is instant. We can order something online and have it at our doorstep in days, or watch a show and binge the entire series in one night. And because of this, we are so used to getting what we want instantly that when we set goals, we expect the same thing. We expect to put in very little effort and get what we want in return. But the reality is, success takes time. It's not going to be an easy feat. If you want to be successful, then you need to have patience. Most people don't want to wait, so they quit. Think about your goal for a second. If you were to achieve it, what would that do for you? How would it change your life? How would it make you feel? When you think about all the benefits of achieving your goal, you should feel excited about the process of working towards it. Don't get so caught up with the destination that you forget to enjoy the journey. Number 2, fear of failure. What if you do all this work and you still don't achieve your goal? That fear keeps us up at night. But let me tell you a secret. Even if you achieve every single thing you set out to do perfectly and do everything right, failure is still an option. Sometimes no matter how much work you put into something, it just won't work out. Life doesn't always go according to plan. So yes, even if you do everything right, failure is still a viable option. I think what scares us more than failure itself is what other people will think. We fear what others may say or how they might react if we fail. This isn't your fault. We are all raised to believe that we must always succeed and that failure is bad. It's important to remember that failure is only bad if you see it as bad. Failure is just another excuse to learn and grow as a person. In his book, The Obstacle is the Way, Ryan Holiday talks about how every obstacle in your way is actually an opportunity for you to grow. Instead of seeing failure as a bad thing, why not try and see it as a good thing? Why not try and see failure as a stepping stone to success? Something that will push you further than you would have gone if you hadn't failed? The next time you face a setback, take some time to really think about what you can learn from the situation. If you make it a habit, you'll soon find yourself looking forward to failures and setbacks because you know that they will make you better. One of my favorite quotes is by J.K. Rowling. She says, "It is impossible to live without failing at something unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all." So yes, failure is inevitable. We will all fail at something at some point in our lives. The question you should ask yourself is, are you going to allow one failure to define you? Or are you going to use that failure to propel yourself further in life? Are you going to let it stop you? Or are you going to keep going? No. 3. No plan or lack of preparation. It's great to start things, but you also need to know how to start things. Just like we all have different personalities, we all have different learning styles. So what works for one person may not work for another. For example, I love watching YouTube videos, listening to podcasts, reading books, but if I were to ask my husband how he learns best, he'd probably say through doing, by reading, by speaking to someone. Find out what your learning style is and what works best for you. I've already made a video on how to find your learning style. I'll link it down below in the description box if you want to check it out. Once you know how you learn best, prepare yourself accordingly. This means you need to research, you need to learn, you need to find out all the tools that you need before you get started. I see this all the time with fitness. People buy a gym membership in January, but by March they've already forgotten what their password is. A lot of people join the gym without knowing what they're doing. They don't know which machine is which, or they don't know how to work it, or maybe they haven't found a workout routine that they like. Whatever it is, they are not prepared. If you want to be successful at something, prepare yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally. Make sure you have all the tools you need. Ask questions. Speak to people who are already doing what you want to do. Learn from their experience. When you prepare yourself for what is to come, you're setting yourself up for success. No. 4. not breaking down your goals. Break your bigger goals into smaller bite-sized chunks. Easier said than done, right? But breaking down your goals makes your goal less overwhelming and more achievable. Instead of thinking I want to lose weight, break it down into smaller goals like I want to exercise 3 times a week or I want to cut out sugar. These smaller goals are much easier to achieve and in turn will help you reach your bigger goal. One of the best ways to break down your bigger goal is to set SMART goals. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. I've already made a video about how to set SMART goals. I'll leave a link here if you want to check it out after this video. There is nothing worse than feeling like you have so much to do and not knowing where to start. Breaking down your goals helps you get clarity. Once you know exactly what steps you need to take to get to your end goal, you can focus on taking action. This is exactly what I did when I wanted to start my channel. My biggest goal was to start a YouTube channel, but that seemed overwhelming to me. So I broke it down into smaller goals like create a list of 10 video ideas or buy a new camera. These smaller goals were much easier for me to achieve and before I knew it, I had started my YouTube channel. So these are for reasons why you might be stuck in the cycle of I'll start tomorrow. Do you relate to any of the points I mentioned? Which one are you most likely to blame? Let me know in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you liked it, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.